Alright guys, today I'm going to show you my take on the Artifact deck. This is the key card in my opinion in this deck, and it's Esperzoa, 3 mana 4/3 flyer. It's a great body with flying for its mana cost, but it has that drawback, which is not always a drawback in this deck, but anyway, we'll get to that. At the beginning of your upkeep, return an artifact you control to its owner's hand, so you have to bounce something back, and if you want to keep it out there, you have to keep replaying it. It taxes your mana a little bit, but it's such a powerful creature, 4 power in the air for 3 mana, and especially with Reeve Soul being the dominant removal spell. This guy having 4 power, there's not a whole lot of creatures with reach or even cheap flyers generally on the go, unless you're in the mirror match and there's Thopters everywhere, but I don't see a whole lot of that on Xbox. So this guy is he's been really good to me. Anyway, so that's what we're going to start the deck with, but let's go down to the bottom of the curve here. We're starting off with 3 copies of Rune Servitor, 2 mana 2/2 in colorless, which is pretty fucking amazing. But when it dies, each player draws a card. So you give your opponent a card, but you get one too. I mean, it's hard not to like this guy. I mean, we've got a Lord effect, in this deck to make him a 3/3 or bigger. I mean, he's just a solid creature, and you get a card when he dies. Fuck your opponent; they can have the card. You're going to be winning anyways, hopefully, anyways. Peerless Mirror. I mean, I really hate throwing this guy in every single deck. I try not to, honestly, but it's an artifact deck. It has artifact synergies. It gets buffed by the Lords. Plus, it is just a powerful card. So, I mean, going to play all 4. Or also, this is one of the other all-stars. Alchemist's Vial, 2 mana artifact. When it enters the battlefield, you draw a card, and you can pay 1, tap, sack it. Target creature can attack or block this turn. So, let's start with the good. I mean, there is no bad. Okay, let's talk about what this card can do. It draws you a card. Okay, I mean, there's something out there called Artificer's Epiphany. A lot of people are looking at that. It's 3 mana, you get 2 cards. It's not an artifact. This is, and you can bounce it through your Esperzoa. You can tap it to Whirler Rogue, which we'll get to later. You can stop your opponent from hitting lethal, and then beat him in the air. You can disable a key blocker and kill him. I mean, this card just does it all. Hopefully, I get to show off the true power of it. It's been the all-star card in this deck for sure. Gonna play all 4 copies of Disperse. Return target online permanent to its owner's hand. Instant speed, 2 mana. Bounce anything. Flip Planeswalker, whatever. Something with an aura on it, bounce a creature, aura falls off. It's just it's a great tempo card, and this deck is not the all-in type of aggro that you'd expect from a Thopter deck. It's got a fairly low curve, but it's more of a tempo game. There is removal in here and tapping and bouncing and stuff, and we're just going to try to maintain early pressure and then just outvalue them with cards like this. And Twin Bolt, 2 mana. It's a cheaper Arc Lightning, and you get 1 less Arc. But it's still a really strong card in the metagame, and it can go to the face, unlike Fiery Impulse, so that's why we're going to play it here in this particular deck. Twin Bolt's amazing. Esperzoa, we talked about. Chief of the Foundry, that's our Artifact Lord. 3 mana 2/3, but all the other artifact creatures we control get +1/+1. So obviously we're going to play that guy. Lords are always good, except when you're sitting across from them. I'm going to play the Thopter Engineer. I was playing this deck in mono blue, playing the Bonded Construct and stuff. Mega Beast finally convinced me to play red for this card, and he was absolutely right. I added the Twin Bolts later. This was the card to play red for. When Thopter Engineer, when it enters the battlefield, you get a 1/3 Thopter, or I'm sorry, a 1/1 Thopter. She's the 1/3. And it gives all your artifact creatures haste, which is amazing, because with Esperzoa, you can just bounce itself, drop it, and it's able to swing. It's like you didn't take a tempo hit, and then you can crack your Foundry of the Consoles on your own turn, get hasted flyers. I mean, all your artifact creatures have haste, and that's what the deck is all about. So, I mean, that's obviously amazing. Gonna play 3 Claustrophobia. Get rid of a big opposing creature. It stays on the battlefield. So if it has any type of triggered or activated ability, they can still activate it or trigger it. But it gets them out of the way so that we can swing in, and it keeps them from hitting us. So, pretty great card in this deck since we're playing 18 blue sources. No trouble casting it and locking something down. Also, we're going to play all 3 copies of Whirler Rogue. This card is fucking insane. I mean, you get the 2 1/1 Thopters plus the 2/2 body. You can use the ability right away because it says tap. It doesn't have the tap symbol. So you can just tap those 2 artifacts that you just created. But also this deck has Alchemist's Vial, so you can tap those down instead of disabling your attackers. And you can make something unblockable when you tap 2 artifacts. So that's pretty, or I'm sorry, can't be blocked is the new wording. They don't use unblockable anymore. Yeah, Whirler Rogue is fucking fantastic, especially, if you've got a Lord or Haste, you drop this thing, and it's possible if you have the Lord and Haste, but obviously things are going well if you stuck both of those. But you get two flyers with Haste. plus the 2/2 body and the ability. And also this card is fucking amazing. I thought it was, you know, when I first read it, I thought it was like Biden Athasa, where you get a card for each creature you hit with, but it's not like that. You're only ever going to get one card off of this. Even if you hit with 5 artifact creatures, you're only getting one. But it's still really, really good because it creates creatures. And the Vial is really good with this too, so if your opponent languishes your board and you've got a Vial and a Spine Network, you're still going to have the artifact on the battlefield to trigger, you know, the fact that you get the 1/1 and you get to keep the pressure up and keep the card advantage engine rolling. So this deck is not, you know, like I said, it's not the fast aggro deck, but we're going to draw cards with the Vials. We're going to draw cards off Spine Network. We're going to slow our opponent down with Twin Bolts and with Disperses. And we're just going to beat him in the face with Esperzoa, and we're going to power up our little flyers with Chief of the Foundry. And we're going to give him haste to make it even more powerful with Thopter Engineer. So that's the deck. It's there's only 7 red cards in the whole deck, so I'm only playing 9 red sources, all the dual lands plus 3 mountains. Playing 18 blue sources, you know, because we got a lot of blue stuff and a lot of double blue up here at the top. And all 3 of these guys, this card is amazing in the deck too, obviously, because there's so much artifact synergy. To sacrifice a land it's not a big deal because we're drawing a lot of cards generally. And we get two Thopters, so I mean you got 6 mana open, your opponent languishes your board, and next thing you know, at the end of his turn, you just crack this thing and you're back on board swinging at him again. So it's pretty amazing. And if you have the Thopter Engineer out, you can sack it on your own turn and get hasted Thopters out of it. It's obviously a really good card in this deck, you know, because it's a land. They really can't interact with it outside of you know, Acid Moss or Into the Maw of Hell. It's just going to sit there, and eventually you're going to get a ton of value out of it. So you know, that's my take on the Thopter deck. So let's go take it into a versus battle and see how it performs. I put the deck. I'm going to jinx myself here now, but one thing I used to do when I was playing on Xbox 360 and recording back in the early days was before I click the record button, I would take a deck out for a couple of laps, 2 or 3 games, and just get a feel for it and just kind of warm up, do some layups before you tip off, that type of thing. And it worked pretty well. So hopefully that trend continues. But there's also the chance that you play those early games, those 2 or 3 games, you win them all, and next thing you know, you click record and you just go bust. But hopefully that doesn't happen. So we're looking at some type of soldier on a lush green background. I'm gonna guess green, white, or red, white. Maybe Naya, but there's not a whole lot of 3-color floating around. Anyway, the loading speeds in this game are really bad. I don't know if it's like it on the other platforms or not, but when you connect, it still takes a long time to actually connect. So we've got a rank 14 Crunk with a whole bunch of O's and zeros and stuff. Playing 60. What do we have? 2 mana. We have Servitor and Vial. We have Chief and a pair of Disperse. So I'm gonna keep this because we've got good mana. I'm gonna play the Servitor first. And if we don't pick up our land, we'll Vial. Otherwise, we'll probably Chief. So he plays Plains, and we pick up a Mirror. Let's play the Gates, and now we've got the red mana. There's no cards in this deck that need double red. So we've got the red that we need, and this is our second blue. It doesn't matter what lands we draw from here on out. And there is the Topin Freeblade. That is the standout card of the set as far as white creatures go. So I don't think I'm going to play the Rune Servitor here. Honestly, I mean, if he suits it up, we've got Disperse, to deal with it. I'm worried about Auras. I'm definitely worried about Auras. So if he has Grasp of the Hieromancer, he can tap down Perilous Mirror. I'm just going to Servitor, offer the trade. If he has Grasp, he has Grasp. If he has Nimbus Wings, he has Nimbus Wings. I'm just going to Disperse it and make him start all over again. So let's just get the 2/2 down. Maybe that'll delay an attack. We'll see. See what he's got. We don't have our 3rd land here. We are playing 24 land in the deck, but we can play this to draw an extra card next turn and hopefully hit that 3rd land. Won't be able to play a 3-drop unless we top deck a land, obviously, but we shall see how it goes. So he's going to play Grasp here, which is fine. He's going to play the Grasp, so he's going to swing in, obviously tap down our dude. And the Vigilance on that card is just so amazing. Because it gets to block as well, So he's going to tap down our dude, get him for 3, renown his guy. And yeah, so it looks like we're going to be holding up Disperse. But we'll see what we pick up here. If we pick up a Twin Bolt, I'll probably swing at him. But again, we'll see. You know, I'd like to just get it off the table. And we did not pick up Twin Bolt. We picked up our third land. So, you know, we can Esperzoa. We can Chief. I think we just hold up to Disperse here. And see what he wants to do. We won't let him tap our dude. If he spends any mana first main phase, he's not going to be able to replay that Free Blade. If he goes straight to combat, he can just recast it. So he's playing mono white by the look of it. Now he's cast a Blessed Spirits, so we're just going to Disperse. Got to make sure we get it right. So one thing about this game, you cannot actually, when you select it, there is token for the blade. So we just says cancel. We can't actually disperse it. So we have to disperse and make sure that we get the right one, because I want those Nimbus Wings to go away. But not being able to actually select that from in there is just a little bit annoying. So yeah, he's playing the mono white enchantments. Disperse is really good here. And again, if we pick up a Twin Bolt, then we're looking good. So here I think I just Chief and swing for 3. You know, I mean, if he suits up that Blessed Spirits, we can bounce it. But right now, gonna make our dude bigger and start bringing the aggression the other way. So let's do that. I doubt he wants to block. Yeah, so 17-17. He's got a Free Blade in his hand. We know that. See what else he's got in there, though. I mean, Blessed Spirits, 2/2 flyer for 3. When you cast an enchantment, it gets a 1/1 counter. And obviously, if that enchantment targets it, it's going to get even bigger than that. So, it's a great card for these kind of decks. But, you know, if he starts piling counters on it, like I said, or Auras, we're just going to bounce it. So now, 3 mana for our opponent, 6 cards. We're sitting here with a decent board. He's putting a Divine Favor on it, so it's got a nice big fat butt there now. So it gets that, and then it becomes a 4/6. He gains 3 life, which is fine. Does he want to attack? Or does he want to hold back? Because if he wants to hold back, we're just going to disperse and smash. Hopefully we pick up a 4th land. We did not pick up a 4th land. So I think dispersing main phase for 5 damage is potentially worth it. Or we could take a shot at Alchemist Vial to hit an untapped land. What do you think, guys? Should we Vial and hope for a land? Let's do it. You know, it's probably not the ideal play, you know. I don't think we're to beat down, though. We can probably, you know, get more value from that disperse. Picked up a gate. So we did pick up the land. Unfortunately, there was only 3 lands in there that enter tapped, because we already have a gate in play. So we're just going to sit back here. You know, we can do some shenanigans next turn with the Disperse and Twin Bolt with our 4th mana. So I think getting the Vial into play lets us play out Esperzoa a bit more safely. Again, he decided not to attack last turn, so that's a good sign for us. You know, hopefully he doesn't play the Free Blade and Enchanted on this turn, because I want to be able to hit that with Twin Bolt in response to an Aura. But we'll see. See what he does on this 4 mana here. He just plays out the Irregulars. Okay, I'm fine with that. They're pretty amazing, though. I have to say, they're pretty amazing. 4/3 Renown, and that activated ability in mono white is pretty sick. He's attacking here now. So he's coming on in. Or is he? He's thinking about it. He's coming on in for 4. He's tapped out. So let's see. Now I kind of want that 5th land so I can play an Esperzoa and hold up one of these spells, but or I could just play another Chief. See, it is a Vial. We're not gonna gamble this turn. We got our 4 lands. So if I play Chief, then I can offer a trade. But that doesn't seem very good. I need Disperse. You know, I really need Disperse here. Really need Disperse. So let's do that right now. Let's get rid of those Blessed Spirits. I hope that's the right one. Let's get rid of those. Now let's swing with both. And if he blocks, you know, the Lord, we can use Twin Bolt to finish off his irregulars. So he's going to do that. He's going to lock it in. So we're going to Twin Bolt there and go to the face. So we're going to lose our Lord, but we have another one in hand. And those irregulars are going down. Then we get in for 3. Alright, so he's ahead in the damage race. He's got 6 cards to our 4. He's got a free blade in there. He's on 5 mana, so he's probably doing slightly better, but we're going to get this Esperzoa out now, since we've got this. So we're going to get this down. Get her down and get her going, and then we can follow up with Chief and make it a 5-power flyer later on. So here comes the Blessed Spirits. That we know about, and again, he's probably going to replay the Token Free Blade. Yeah, he's going to play that too. Mono White is really strong in this pool, the enchantments, so this is obviously a difficult opponent in terms of his deck. So we picked up 5 mana, that's really good. So we get to play Esperzoa here with the Vial in play. We don't have any real amazing plays here to make. You know, I don't think adding Perilous Mirror to the board is all that fantastic. Or is it? Actually, would I rather... I got the Vial in... Yeah, I'm going to add the Mirror to the board. I'm going to add the Mirror down there. Just, you know, I don't know if he has any more auras or not. We've gotten rid of 2. So we'll just put the Mirror down. In case he doesn't have any auras, he probably won't swing with the Free Blade. If he does, obviously, he's going to go enchanting, buffing his Blessed Spirits, and doing all that sort of stuff. But we'll see. We've already blown 2 Disperse. We've still got, he's got a Reprisal for the Esperzoa. So that's one of the weaknesses of Esperzoa, obviously. But Reprisal is not a common card. And I don't think it will be, because most of the creatures in this format are pretty small. That's why Reeve Soul is so good. But Esperzoa's gone. We don't get to bounce that artifact, which is sad. It's really sad. See how he conducts his combat phase here. He's coming in. Just with the flyer. I think that makes more sense, but it also gives us a little bit of information that he's not willing to lose his free blade. Excuse me. And back to us. Alright, I think before we commit to Chief, we're going to draw a card. Let's see what we draw, though. We picked up a Foundry. So let's draw a card. And then if it's, you know, let's see what it is. It is a Spy Network. I think we're going to play that. I think we're going to play that right now. So, I mean, we're a little bit behind. So, I think we swing with both guys and guarantee ourselves a card. We just need to hit with one guy. He has a Celestial Flare, which means I'm going to sacrifice the Perilous Mirror. Throw it at his Token Free Blade so I get through for a card. And then the Spy Network hits. The thing about the Flyer is it may kill us at some point, but we have those 2 Alchemist Vials that we can sacrifice. So what do we pick up here? We pick up a Disperse. That is really, really good. Yeah, so if he builds that Flyer up into a big nasty threat, we can fog it and just lock it down for a couple of turns with these Vials. We got the Spy Network in play now. We're going to start grinding out some card advantage. We've got the Lord. We're going to start generating Thopters off the Spy Network, because we do have two Vials in play. So, he's dropping Elite Vanguard. What else? 2 cards left in his hand and 4 mana. Does he swing for 2? He's ahead. I think he will. He does. So with Chief in hand, I don't think I'm just going to play it here because it's not worth a whole lot. I'm going to try to keep all 6 mana open and just activate that Foundry of the Consuls. And then I can drop Chief and it's like they're, you know, hasted 2/2s, but we'll see. We may need to disperse. It's entirely possible. So it's coming back to us. Let's see what we draw. We get the 1/1 flyer now off Thopter Spy. And we draw a Twin Bolt. We draw a Twin Bolt while he has 2 cards in hand. And I really want the card off Spy Network. So unfortunately I'm going to have to let my... Well, you know what? I'm just going to swing. Either way I'm going to get a card. If he blocks and loses his Elite Vanguard, which he probably will, Then he's gonna go Celestial Flare again. Okay. Alright, I'll just take the card. See what it is. It's another Foundry. So yeah, I've got these cards here. The Disperse and the Twin Bolt. I'm gonna play this Foundry. And for now we're just gonna pass. You know, keep these open to see what he does on his turn. I really want to crack one of those Foundries. I don't want to have to spend either one of these. But I doubt that's going to happen. We'll see, though. Really want to keep my Thopter, too, because that's going to draw me a card off the network. So it is a Divine Favor, so we can't let that happen. Where's he going with it? He's going right there. So let's Twin Bolt it. Just get rid of it. That thing's fucking annoying. Let's get rid of it. See you later, Divine Favor. We don't have enough mana for Foundry of the Consuls now, unfortunately. Now he's playing Amperin Tactician. He's going to buff up his Elite Vanguard. I mean, I can take the hit from the Vanguard. He's out of cards. I can take the hit from the Vanguard. I got the Vials. My phone's going off. I'm going to turn that ringer off so it stops being so annoying. One second, guys. Yeah, I'm not blocking. I'm not blocking. I'll take the 3. Like I said, he's out of cards. So, I don't know. I don't have the mana for that. I've only got 5 available. Alright, what do we pick up here? Thopter Spy gives us another dude. We pick up a Servitor. So let's just swing with the 1/1 in the air and draw another card off the network before we go making any decisions here. It is a Whirler Rogue. Alright, how much mana do we have? 7? 7 mana? I think we drop the Rogue, honestly, and hold up Disperse. That's where I'm at. Oh. Drop the Rogue, make 2 more artifacts. So now we got a bunch of flying power, and we got Chief next turn. Obviously, I'm not going to play it this turn to show it to him. I'm just going to hold up Disperse. Plus, I have Disperse plus Vial. I have 3 mana. So I think we can safely stop any shenanigans that, whatever he top decks here. And then we can drop a Chief and basically almost kill him next turn. And he's gone, so yeah, it mustn't have been a very good draw, possibly a land. He sees what we have on the board, and he's coming in with both dudes. I guess I have to continue. Here's the block step. I mean, I'll trade off a Thopter here. Yeah, I'll trade off a Thopter. I'll take 3, though. I've got the Disperse, if he pumps it somehow. He just plays a land, end step, anything we want to do on end step. No, there isn't. And here's another Thopter. Now we drop Chief of the Foundry. And now we get to swing for 8. Take him to 5. He's top decking here. We draw Thopter Engineer. I'm not going to play that right now. No need. We've got Disperse, we've got Alchemist Vial, so he moves to combat. We're just going to sacrifice this and not let his Tactician attack. That way we don't have to block. So he can't attack. Drops a land. And that is the game. Yeah, we make another Thopter, but that's kind of pointless. Anyways, we got there. Just swing with everything. We'll take these 2 guys back. Just because. Even though we don't have to. And there we go, 8 in the air. I suppose I could have just dispersed and swung for maximum damage, but there you go, Crunk. That's the artifact pile. Disperse and Twin Bolt against auras. Works pretty good. Alright. Let's try, how long are we? We're at 24 minutes here now, so yeah, we can get 1 more of those. Let's go for 20 coins with the artifact deck. See what happens. Alright, so yeah, it's just me here home alone in the house. I worked all day, 7 to 4, but my wife and 2 kids went off with her sister up to visit their father. And I don't know when they're going to be back. They're having supper up there and hanging out. You know, all my kids' cousins are up there and stuff. So they're up there having a lark, and I'm here just after getting off work, enjoying myself, playing some Magic, recording for YouTube. Perfect day for me, you know. Except for the work part, you know, that was pretty shitty. But that's over. That's in the past. Alright, what do we got here? We got a rank 1 Blueskoff. He's on the play. 4 land, Zoa, Rogue. Don't like it. 3 land, Chief. Well, we have a Twin Bolt on the second turn into Naked Chief, which is not the greatest thing, but then we have Rogue, Claustrophobia. Don't have double blue for Claustrophobia, but I think we'll be fine, you know, with this. So. We're looking at a red deck, so if he's playing weenie dudes, you know, Twin Bolt should be pretty good. But we won't show him the red right now. We'll just show him blue. We'll show him the red after he makes his turn 2 play. And we'll probably just file. He's playing Gruul, so he's played a Rootbound Crag, and he doesn't have a play. So, we've got plenty of land, but I don't think we're going to need a Twin Bolt in response to anything. You know, he doesn't have a creature on the battlefield, so I think the safe play here is just, you know, just draw a card. It's another land. It's Gate. Let's see what our Gruul opponent is doing. Nothing, okay. Nothing it is. So we picked up the Engineer, which is perfect. So we'll just play this gal and get a hasted 1/1 flyer. Okay. You just shocked yourself for a card? Why wouldn't you? If you really want the card that bad, dude, wild size the Engineer, because she's not attacking this turn. So that was bizarre. I gotta say, that was pretty fucking bizarre. I'm confused, guys. You know, I'm confused. Rank 1. Alright. 4 mana. We're looking at the Acid Moss. Probably taking out our Mountain. That's pretty fucking annoying. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna say that that's not annoying. Yep, bye-bye Red Source, and our next one enters tap. Good thing there's not that many red cards in here. So he's playing the Land Destruction deck. Motherfuck. I think I Gate Servitor. I could Foundry Chief, get in for 4, but Gate Servitor gets me in for 3. Although, if he has more land destruction in his hand, I'd probably rather lose a Foundry than a Red Source. Nah, I'm just gonna do this. Get in for 4. I forgot the Engineer when I was doing my math there. I was just counting the damage from my artifact creatures. Either way, it would have been 1 more if I had played Chief of the Foundry, because my Thopter in the Air would have got buffed to a 2/2. So let's see if he's got another Acid Moss. It is not. It is a Glory Chaser on turn 5. If he has Infectious Bloodlust, then that's pretty fine. Wild Instincts, he's going to give it +2/+2 and fight something. So he's going to fight my Servitor. We'll each get a card. A land for me. Don't know what for him. Alright, so let's go up to... we're not going to show him this Foundry of the Consuls. Oh, Disperse, that's good. We're not going to show him that, you know, because of his land destruction. 4 mana. I think we just Rogue here. I don't think I really need to hold open Disperse just yet. Or Twin Bolt. You know, I want to play one of these 2 cards. I don't want to Claustrophobia, I think. And I don't want to hold them both open. So I'm just going to Rogue here because of the hasted flyers. And we'll still swing with the Engineer. We get the Rogue back. So, that's 4. I doubt he's going to block. Although he did wild size our dude who was attacking him, so God only fucking knows what he's going to do. We have no way to know. Chief is going to be good next turn, unless he has a Twin Bolt or something and starts destroying our flyers. I don't mind if he renowns that Glory Chaser, honestly. I'm not going to put my Whirler Rogue out there in front of a Titan Strength or something stupid like that. Looking at Fire Fiend Elemental, is that the Haste Renown guy? Yeah, that's the Haste Renown guy. He can have all that. I mean, I can lock that shit down later and bounce it later. And Bolt the Glory Chaser. I mean, there's I got lots of stuff in my hand to deal with that shit. I'll keep my Rogue, thank you very much. There's Titanic Growth. Well, there's not much I can do about it. You know, my bounce spells aren't open right now. So we're just going to take the hit, but we can afford it. I mean, I haven't even done the math, but Chief probably kills him next turn since he's got haste. Plus, he's tapped out. Chief definitely kills him next turn. Yeah, Chief killed him. Can't double Chief, which is unfortunate. Don't have the mana, but Chief wins the game, right there on the spot. But not sure about this guy with the wild size on the dude who was attacking him to deal 2 points of damage to himself. Whatever, man. Back to rank 0 for you. Anyway, that's my take on the Artifact deck. You know, it's definitely not an aggressive deck. It's got the Disperses, Twin Bolts, Claustrophobias. It's kind of plays a slower game, and then you just end it with haste. And never got to show you the Esperzoa shenanigans. That's too bad, but that's a really strong card here. Take my word for it. Played this deck a lot. Works pretty well. Let me know what you think, and thanks guys for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.